and welcome to today's episode of The Daily Blend. I'm your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Dakota Downs, who is the owner of the Enchanted Needle. How are you, Dakota?
Hi, I'm good. I'm very excited to be here.
Good. Well, I'm glad to have you. So, the Enchanted Needle, I know what it is, but tell people who maybe don't know.
So the Enchanted Needle is my business where I have custom-made garments, as well as eventually we'll have some like off-the-rack garments that all of which I've made myself. I focus in like sort of historical and historical inspired garments. And so the Bridgerton Ball was definitely right up my alley for that. And so I'm going to have some Regency gowns up there soon as well.
That's really nice. And you, let's go back a little bit. You're a Stevens graduate.
Yes, I am. I actually graduated this past May.
Okay, so not too long. Not too long. Okay. And what was that experience like? Like, you hear so much about the fashion program at Stevens.
The faculty there is amazing. And I'm sure you're going to hear that, no matter where you go. But Stevens is just something else. They're very rooted in the industry where they've worked. Everybody who teaches in the fashion program has worked in some area there. And so you really get a lot of experience. I've gotten so many great opportunities, from going there. So many networking things have come about, and they really did a great job of preparing me to be able to launch my business after I graduated. And, now...
Stevens, I appreciate so much the experiential side of it, like hands-on. Like those practicum classes, you're not just looking at a book. Like, they're like, no, you're going to get in here and you're going to do this.
No, it's true. And with Stevens, they actually, whenever you start, no matter what degree you're going in for, you immediately start in classes for your field. So you're not just spending 1 or 2 years taking a bunch of, core classes. You're taking core classes as well as what you're doing. Yeah, so.
It is one of the things. I spent 2 years there as an adjunct when they had the events and convention management program, and they get in there. Let's plan some events. Like, it is 100%, I think. And in some instances, like for some professions, you really need that hands-on. You know what I mean? Like, you need that.
Yeah. If you didn't have hands-on experience going into fashion, then I'm not sure what you're doing.
I know. Because it's like, then when you graduate, you already have some of the experience that people maybe have gotten in their first 1 or 2 years working.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Which equips you to then start a business like the Enchanted Needle, like fresh out, right?
Yep.
Like fresh out. So you came to the Bridgerton Ball last year.
Yes, I did.
And you had your custom dress on. And I will never forget, you walked up to me and you gave me your card. And it had a little butterfly or flower pin on it.
It was a little flower pin, as well as an additional black safety pin.
Yes.
For just emergencies, because things happen.
Listen, I have had some things happen to me on this set. Wardrobe malfunctions. I'm like, no, people, wardrobe malfunctions are real. And you had better have a little something. And I remember spending a day, does anybody have a safety pin? Does anybody have a safety pin? So now I know what that is for. But I remembered that, and I kept that card on purpose last year because I said, Dakota, I'm going to call her next year when it's time to start planning this ball and say, hey, do you want to come and help people who want like a custom gown, or who maybe have a gown that they want to embellish, or any costuming? And so we had you at our pre-event, and the people were just over there.
I know. I think for the pre-event, I was definitely a little underprepared for how many was going to be there. But I did have some friends there, that stayed after setup to kind of help get down everybody's information and, touch base. So yeah, we've got a couple custom gowns that are going to be at the ball, as well as a couple additional embellished ones. Yeah,
I love that, because the first thing people say to me, like if they didn't go last year and they're thinking about it this year, is where do I get these clothes? Because they look at the pictures from last year and like pretty much everybody was dressed in garb. Like, they're like, where do you get that? I'm like, well, you can start with, I said, the easiest thing, I think, if you start with a base piece. And then take it to somebody and let them kind of, zhuzh it up for you.
Yep, and that's definitely one thing that I talk with people, especially who wanted to do something on more of a budget, because it can be expensive to do something fully custom. But, even just ordering, a simple piece from like Amazon for, $20-$40, and then, adding on to it with, embroidery or additional fabrics, just, to really change it up can make a big difference, but keep it on a budget.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I do find like that's what I did last year. That's what I'm doing this year. Like, I love that because you've got the base. And then like I can just go into my creative brain and be like, now what do I want to add to this? And I love it. And I will tell you something. If you've already missed the cutoff for Dakota, because Dakota's full, right?
Yes, I can't do any more custom ones, but I can do some alterations.
Yes, so she can do some alterations. You can give her a call and we have her information. But just real quick, what's the easiest way for people to find you?
Honestly, my day job is I work at the French Laundry and Alterations.
Yes.
I'm a tailor there. And so, if you come by, 9 to 4, Tuesday through Friday, I will be there, and you can always talk to me there, or if I'm not there, you can get my information from anybody there, and we'll get in touch. Yeah,
and don't be nervous. Like, they're all about it at the French Laundry. Like, every time I go in, I talk to the ladies behind the front counter about the ball. So they are all in the know. They know what's happening. They know Dakota is working on all these amazing pieces that we will see at the ball. I'm very excited. And I'm excited for you to break your dress out.
Me too. I got to dust it off. So.
I always love to see what the designer is wearing. It's like, do you go over the top or are you more subtle with your own?
Mine has started a bit more subtle, I think, but I am going to add a few things because the original inspiration from it was Cinderella's dress. So we'll see how it goes.
Yes, I like that. Well, I'm excited to see how it goes. And we are so looking forward to seeing you and all your creations at the Bridgerton Ball on October 25th.
All right.
Yeah, and there's still a few tickets left, so if anybody's listening and they want to come,
get your tickets.
That's right. Hop on Como Tickets and get your tickets and meet us at the ball. On the dance floor. That's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. Or at the bar. One or the other.